Hey everyone, this is a video tutorial for how to build the sphere matrix V3. Now first of all, you're going to need 11 of these. And these are hollow spheres, and they're a little bit larger than the 60 magnet spheres. You can see these ones use 120 magnets actually. So I'm going to show you how to make them, and you need 11 of them, and they all need to be the same polarity as each other. Now the way you make them is you start off with 12 pentagons and 20 little triangles. And starting it off at the beginning is pretty tough, and it'll be hard to show because in order to keep it stable you have to kind of keep it squished between your fingers or else it'll fly apart. But you take one pentagon and one triangle, put them together, don't let them come apart, add another pentagon and another triangle, and you get this. So 2 triangles, 2 pentagons. Then you can add 1 pentagon and 2 more triangles, and you end up with this. And after this it starts to be a little bit more stable. You don't have to keep it squished together. So now you can keep adding bits and going around. And I guess there's not really a particular order you have to do this in. And there you go. That's how you make a 120 magnet sphere. And like I said before, you need 11 of these. And now you're going to need 20 of these subunits here. And you start off by making a 60 magnet sphere. And the way that you do that is you just start off with 12 pentagons. I'm going to go ahead and cut those up. And stick them together, kind of like you did with the 120 magnet sphere, but this is much quicker and easier. And that's how you make the 60 magnet sphere for these subunits. And as far as polarity goes, you want the pentagons of these small spheres to be the opposite polarity of the pentagons in these larger spheres, so that when you put them together, instead of the magnets stacking, they link together like that. That's how you want it to go. Anyways, once you have that, you take 3 more pentagons, and you can add them on in 3 spots. Here, here, and here. So you end up with a subunit like this. And like I said before, you need 20 of those. Now you're also going to need 20 of these. And these again start out with a 60 magnet ball, but the polarity of these ones is the opposite from the polarity of these ones, which means it's the same as the larger balls. So again, when you put this together with that, it won't stack, it will link together. So 20 of those spheres, and then you're going to need 6 extra pentagons and 3 stacked hexagons for each subunit. The 6 pentagons you can cut up into 3 stacks of 2 and add down just like you did the single pentagons on these ones. So they'll go backwards here, there, and there. And then you'll notice how these are not quite even. They're kind of pointing down a little bit. And so on the side where they're pointing down, they're all facing towards the camera just a little bit, there's this one triangle in the middle. And you want to set this stack of pentagons down on top of this triangle, so it goes on like that. And you just want to push down a little bit. Okay, so there. So it'll go on just like that. And that's how you make these subunits. And you need 20 of them. Now, in addition to all of that, you're also going to need 55 more small spheres. And I have them just off screen, right there. And those are going to be the same polarity as the spheres that you used in this group. So opposite of this and of these ones up here, but the same as these. And knock that over. Let me fix that real quick. Now, in addition to the 55 of those spheres up there off screen, you're also going to need 5 of these subunits. And these are a little bit special because, unfortunately, they're not just magnets. They also have this, which is a little ball of aluminum foil that I've squished down into a sphere, and I've packed it really tightly. So this thing is, hard as a rock. And it's the size of like a small marble. And what it's for is to put inside one of these small spheres. These spheres, by the way, need to be the same polarity as this group here. Yeah, that's right. Same as this group here, I think. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I was a little bit confused. Yeah, so these are the same polarity as this big group. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to cut up 12 pentagons and show you how to make that subunit. So it starts off the same. You start out by sticking pentagons together, and you go around until you have 9 of them stuck on, and there's only 3 left to put on. So you go till you're here. And what you do then is that you can drop this little foil ball right down in the center. And then you can complete the sphere. And it should fit just about perfectly with just this, with maybe just the slightest amount of wiggle room. And so then, to complete the subunit, what you want to do is take 2 stacked hexagons like this, find a triangle, and you want to put these down on the sphere, kind of like you did with these, except this needs to go down on the opposite polarity. So instead of going on like this, like it did on those ones, which is the way that it seems like it kind of wants to go down, you need to flip this upside down so it goes on like that instead. And that will be a little bit tougher to get it to work, especially with that foil ball inside. But once you have it down, you can take that top hexagon off, and you're left with just that. The reason I use this extra hexagon is because it's really hard to push it down when it's just one ring. So you end up with that. And you need 5 of those subunits. Now finally, you're going to need 1 special subunit that will be part of the base. And that starts off the same as just making a regular 60 magnet sphere. And you want it to be the same polarity as one of these spheres, I believe. That's right. So go ahead and do that. Okay, and once you have that sphere completed, you want to cut up 12 more pentagons and stack them so that they fit on top of the pentagons that are already there. So they will go down like that. And do that across the whole sphere. So you end up with this shape. The next thing you want to do is make 15 more of the small triangles like you used to make these. I'm just going to make them as I use them. But what you do is you take them and you put them so they go down in between 3 pentagons, just like that. And you want to cover almost the entire surface of this, except for 5 spots. So I'm going to do that. Okay, and so you end up with this. And if you finished it off up here, it would actually look a lot like one of these, except it's double-walled, so it's a lot stronger. But you want to leave 5 spots empty. And the reason you want to do that is because now you want to take 10 hexagons and cut them up into 5 stacks of 2. And then attach them on to these empty spots so that, I got the polarity backwards, so that they go down just like that. And do that to the remaining 5 empty spots. Just like that. And now cut off the top hexagons so that what you're left over with is this. And last of all, you can go ahead and put 1 pentagon down in there like that. So you're left with this subunit here. And that looks a little bit weird, I know, but it's important for making the base not collapse. So that's all the subunits. So that's all the subunits. And to start building it, you can take this base part and 5 of these, and these will attach around like that. So you can do that with 5 of them. So you get that. Then you can take 5 of these larger spheres and attach them so that they attach, their pentagons will attach there on those pentagon things, just like that. And do that all around. So you have this shape here. Now what you can do is you can take, let's see, one of these, like that, and one of these and one of these together, and you want to attach them so that they go together like that. And you see that the hexagons are kind of pointing down at the same angle. So that's how you want to attach those. And now this goes down so that this long tube of hexagons attaches to that triangle right there. I'm touching with my finger. And this short one attaches to one of these 5 hexagons that's on top of this ball here. So these will go down just like that. And you want to do that 4 more times and go all the way around. And in this little pentagon ring here, you want to make sure that all the spheres connect to each other, because that's kind of important. Now lastly, before you flip it over, you want to take a stack of 4 pentagons and attach it down to that one pentagon in the center down there. And that may actually be easier if you do it before putting the last one of these on. Just realize that. Just like that. Now you can put the last one on. That's a lot easier to do. And this doesn't come perfectly up to the height of these 5, so you can either put a coin under it, or you can put one single magnet on top of the pentagon stack, just like that. And that should get it to the right height. So now that you're here, you can go ahead and flip this over onto that face. Just like that. And now what you want to do is start to build up the inner kind of sphere-like structure, and you complete it by using the rest of these and the rest of these. So go ahead and do that. And so you have the kind of the inner ball completed here. Now the next thing that you want to do is you want to start using these and then these extra spheres that I had mentioned before and build up around the outside. And the pattern that they go down in, you can already see under here a little bit, that the way that it works is that these will always stack down on top of one of these small balls. And then these will always attach to one of these pentagonal spokes on these. So I think it's best to start out with these and work your way up from the bottom. And that's it. That's how you build the sphere matrix V3. And one thing that I forgot to mention earlier is that where these balls that form the pentagons, where they connect side to side, they connect on a surface of 4 magnets. Rather than the pentagons, it's on one of these square surfaces. And that's where they connect side to side. But aside from that, that's it. That is how you build it. So I guess I will see. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and smash it now.